Goals, scope, and sequence. An educational goal is a target outcome that is linked to an identifiable educational need. The scope and sequence of a curriculum determines how much material is intended to be covered in a year and the order in which it is taught.
The primary goal that I propose to focus this new music education curriculum points out the identifiable need to make a more personal connection between the students and the music. Right now, the teacher-centered model that's being used involves the teacher selecting all of the repertoire that's being sung and then determining very clearly the process for which it is sung. And the students are merely instruments that the director plays to create the music. In order for the students to have a more personal connection, we need to empower them to experience the music on their own terms. So the fundamental goal for this program will be to address the identifiable need of the students to make a more personal connection to the music and to empower them to experience the music on their own terms. The scope and sequence that I intend to use to accomplish this goal is two parts. And they're fundamentally based upon the two concerts that we have in this performance-based curriculum. In the first concert, it will be presented as an eclectic program designed to allow the students to experience many styles of choral music. The acknowledgement that what the students will enjoy in choral music is not necessarily completely clear, because if we go on the understanding that they only enjoy what they already know, then we're not allowing them to experience styles that they have not yet come into contact with. So part of the mandate of a good choral music educator is to allow the students to experience lots of different styles. So this first concert will present a very eclectic program in which the students will be allowed to experience a broad base of choral literature. This first concert would be used teaching standard notation and the solfege o passo method that I had already discussed in a constructivist setting. So the students will be allowed to interact with each other to solve musical problems as they present themselves in the score. The first part of the year, so it's both skill building, giving the students the skills that they need through the solfege and the o passo that we'll be able to use later in the year to address new problems. So that first concert will be fundamentally based on developing an eclectic understanding, letting the students experience lots of different styles of music while building the skills that they'll be able to use to empower themselves to address the music on their own terms. In the concert, we take that to the next level. It takes the interest generated in various styles from the first concert and allows the students to create arrangements of those styles on their own. So using the skills that we've developed and the interest that will have developed in the earlier part of the year, the students will be able to select the repertoire for the second part of the concert. We will then work on arranging, simple arranging, primarily with use of modern technology. My classroom has a collection of iPads, much like the one that I am using to create this video. And on those iPads, through a combination of Apple's GarageBand and the Music Studio app, we will be able to both write our own arrangements through the harmonic understanding given to us by solfege and through the rhythmic understanding given to us through o passo. And they will be able to avoid standard notation in this way, and we're going to be functioning entirely with 21st century aural notation based upon sound waves and track dividing and the arranging of music in an aural space. So the students will be able to take these styles that they experienced in the first concert, take the skills that they acquired in the first concert, and then utilize that information to empower them to create the second concert. The way that this will work for the students is they'll get into groups based upon styles that they perceive to be important to them. So if one group particularly like the Broadway style, they'll work together to arrange the choir's Broadway piece, and so on. They'll also be able to experience with as many different things as different musical sounds as they want, whether or not they want to arrange their piece a cappella with body percussion or modern beatbox techniques, or they want to arrange the piece using garage band and a rock and roll feeling. Any student who is a member of a high school band, be it the marching band or a rock and roll band, we are open to integrating those skills and having those kids come in and help us create our arrangements after school. So over the course of the year, the students develop the skills in the first part of the year and then utilize those skills to empower them to experience music on their own terms, thus fulfilling our goal. And that concludes my presentation for the adaptation of a new music education curriculum here at Toms River, in Toms River Regional Schools. I believe this curriculum will more successfully allow us to integrate our mission as a school district. The ability to get the students the confidence and capability to adapt to a rapidly changing world. Educationally and musically, the world is very different than it was when the current systems of music education were developed. And if we're not careful, the new era could leave us behind and leave us unprepared for what's ahead. So I'm personally requesting that Toms River be on the vanguard in New Jersey and help us accomplish these goals. Again, thank you very much, and thank you for your time.